Monday, March 17th. The upcoming week will begin with the United States reporting their monthly retail sales at 3:30 p.m. The release of the report may affect the dollar's exchange rate. If retail sales growth slows down, it indicates that consumers have reduced their spending levels. This could lead to a decline in economic activity in the country and negatively impact the dollar. Immediately after, the core retail sales index will be analyzed on a monthly basis. If the growth slows down, it indicates that consumers have reduced their spending levels. This could lead to a decline in economic activity in the country and negatively impact the dollar. Tuesday, March 18th. Later, at 7:30 a.m., Japan will release its monthly services sector business activity index. This index reflects the change in the level of service activity in Japan during the reporting month, compared to the previous one. Since the Japanese economy largely relies on exports, data from the services sector doesn't typically introduce significant volatility into the currency markets. However, if the figures exceed expectations, it could positively impact the yen's exchange rate. At 1 p.m., the European Union will release its trade balance. It reflects the difference between exports and imports in the Eurozone over a specific period. The impact of the trade balance on the euro's exchange rate is ambiguous and depends on the context of business cycles or other economic indicators, such as dynamics. Conversely, if the economy is growing rapidly, developed countries may prefer to focus on imports to maintain price competition. Wednesday, March 19th. In the middle of the week at 5:30 a.m., the Bank of Japan's interest rate decision will be announced. This decision is made 8 times a year. It represents the rate at which the bank lends to commercial banks. Traders closely monitor changes in interest rates, as short-term interest rates are a key factor in assessing the value of a currency. At 1 p.m., the European Union will release the Annual Consumer Price Index, CPI. This index reflects the change in prices of goods and services in the Eurozone for the reporting month, compared to the same month of the previous year. It is an indicator of price stability, which the European Central Bank's Governing Council uses to assess the effectiveness of monetary policy. An increase in the index under conditions of insufficient inflation positively impacts the euro's exchange rates. Thursday, March 20th. The next day, the Swiss National Bank will announce its decision on the interest rate. This decision is made 4 times a year during the regulator's governing board meetings. Each interest rate decision by the Swiss National Bank directly affects the exchange rate of the Swiss franc. A rate hike decision leads to an increase in the currency's value. At 5 p.m., sales on the U.S. secondary housing market will be revealed. These figures reflect the number of sales of existing homes in the U.S. during the reporting month. The calculation includes only closed deals for the resale of single-family homes, apartments, and units in condominiums and cooperatives. An increase in this indicator could have a positive impact on the U.S. dollar exchange rates. Friday, March 21st. Before the weekend at 10:30 p.m., the U.S. will release the net speculative position volume for the Nasdaq 100 from the CFTC. This is a weekly report from the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, which shows the difference between the total volume of long and short positions on Nasdaq 100 futures in the market, held by non-commercial traders, speculators. Therefore, the indicator represents the net volume of long positions on the Nasdaq 100 index in the U.S. Immediately after, the net speculative position volume for the euro from the CFTC will be released. An increase in the volume of long speculative positions on the euro indirectly indicates increased activity in the euro market. However, due to the relatively small volume of the data presented compared to the global scale, it does not have a direct impact on its price.